Right here, those numbers are off the charts.
First pitch to Zach McKinstry is a fastball in for a strike at 99 miles an hour and run on homer last night against Bassett. And the former Dodger takes a fastball high, and it's 1-1.
And coming out is John Matlack for 7th place in the win column in Met history. Look at that breaking ball.
First curveball goes to 5% for the season. 1-2 to McKinstry, and he bounces a slider, and it's 2-2.
Game.
2-2 coming, and he gets it on the hands of McKinstry, who fouls it off. Nothing win in the second game of that doubleheader. And the curveball outside, 3-2, so a very. And slider foul.
Nimmo and McNeil. McNeil gets his 4th start in right field.
Fly ball along the left field line. Long run for Canny. He'll get there, and he makes the catch. 9 years in the Japanese major leagues. And he takes a slider on the corner for a strike. Now, Chicago earlier this year. So Suzuki is seeing him for the first time, and he foul tips 100-mile-an-hour.
And explodes.
And fastball off the corner, 1-2. Jake's actually got a championship series in 2015. 1-2 coming, and a half swing. Did he go? He went around, strike 3.
Boy, I'm not sure.
But 0 for 4 last night. And Ross yelling from the Cubs dugout. He's not happy at all with that. And Reyes takes one right down the middle for a strike, and it's 1-2 hitting at 269. And flails at the slider, and it's 1-2 more than breaking. Here's the 1-2 on the way. And that time he's able to lay off the slider, and it's 2-2 coming. And he struck him out. Got him with the slider. 2 in Happ, first time All-Star this year. And the switch hitter fouls off a curveball, so a lot of curves early. And he's late on that fastball, and it's 0-2.
The guys want to continue with that power swing against a guy that throws bullets.
Well, it's fine if you're on time, but he started the swing when the ball was in McCann.
A little bit on your stroke when you face a guy throwing bullets.
And the back foot slider, and he stopped it in time to the year. That's just phenomenal. 2-2 coming. And again, he's able to hold on a back foot slider, and it's 3-2. Second full count already for deGrom. And Happ with a feeble cut at a slider, able to keep it on a lot more of the plate than deGrom intended. And he gets one in the air to right field. Back goes McNeil onto the warning track. He's looking up, and it's out of here. Up into the second deck. Ian Happ with his 17th home run of the year opens the scoring tonight. Happ with a home run leading off in the second against deGrom, and it's 1-0 Chicago. And so the Cubs have the first run of the night. And here's Rafael Ortega, who delivered the first run drove in 2 runs last night, including his 7th home run, and he rolls one down to first, a foul ball.
Looking in, maybe he just said, this guy.
Rounded into the shift, hurrying in is Guillorme, the off-balance throw, and off the bag.
Himself for not making the play.
So back-to-back hits for the Cubs, and now Yan Gomes takes a fastball for a strike.
Stretch run, 20 games left.
And Gomes foul tips one, and it's 0-2. Gomes, the veteran, now with 400 against Jake. He grounds that one foul for the Happ home run. And Gomes takes a slider out of the strike zone. That's 1-2.
Well, Jake came.
1-2 coming to Gomes. Ground ball left side. Escobar with the flip to second. Guillorme to first, and not in time. Gomes beat the wrap. 1 out and 1 on. And he went around on a half swing on a high fast. That slider missed somewhere. And deGrom finds the top of the zone with a changeup. And Wisdom takes the fastball for strike 3 call. 2 weeks ago. And he takes first pitch curveball for a strike, 0-1. And DeGrom blows one by him up in the 0-2 coming to Rivas, and that one's upstairs. 1-2. Field grass against Rivas. 1-2 coming. Swing and a miss. He got him with a high fastball. So DeGrom finishes. He's down yet?
No. Won't
be long. David Bodie leads off. Bodie has barely played this year. He came back 67 at bats this year for the Cubs. Veteran utility man. And he takes fastball off the plate. And that fastball catches the corner. Velocity, but that's redundant. Chopper hit to Lindor. Comes in to get it and throws out Bodie.
That this version of DeGrom was coming. His last start against the Pirates, he threw 10 curveballs, which was the most all of last season. And the changeup and the curve, he's thrown more of those in his last 2 starts than he did in the first 5. Balance really is a lot better than having them being able to eliminate 2 pitches and just focus on the fast DeGrom this last couple of outings.
And I really have to wonder how much of that
throwing a 99-mile-an-hour slider or some any good pitch right there. And he goes.
McKinstry struck out. That's 5 strikeouts for DeGrom through the first 10 batters.
And guys, I think trying to get DeGrom to utilize that curveball for the last couple of seasons. So, you know, it's more than one person in Jacob's ear about things, even a guy like DeGrom who's been as successful as he has been.
Suzuki takes a fastball in the corner, 1-2, and 1-2 to Suzuki, who struck out his first time up, and that fastball just missed away. 2-2. Jake has struck out 5 tonight. Make it 6 as he gets Suzuki for the second time. 6 over the first 3 innings. And the first pitch fastball for a strike, 0-1. Rafael Ortega here in the 4th. And Reyes goes after a slider out of the strike zone, and it's 0-2. He lines one the other way for a base hit, so he got a fastball to hit that time, and he took it to right field. So Franmil Reyes could not. Here's Ian Happ, who parked one on the second deck his first time up, and he gets first pitch curveball, and he swings over the top of it. He takes a changeup up and away, and it's 1-1. Diversified mix of pitches. And that one's grounded through the hole, a base hit, so he threw back-to-back changeups, and Happ takes that one into left center field. 7 bats against him with runners in scoring position. And Ortega trying to drop down a bunt, and fouls it off. But after Ortega showed it on the first pitch, and he does square again, and he just got out of the way. That's a foul ball. All right, big boy, what do you got? And he pushes a bunt, and it's a good one. McCann picks it up and gets the. No, it's dropped by Alonso, and the bases are loaded. The out. And Yan Gomes, the batter. And Gomes lofts one out to right, not very deep. McNeil coming toward the line. Reyes without a lot of speed at third. He's going to tag. He's going to try to. Here's Wisdom, first and third, and 1 out. And he squares the bunt and takes the pitch outside.
What are you
particularly well? And again, he squares, pushes the bunt. Alonso's going to have to come home with it, and McCann can't get the tag down, and the run scored. RBI for Wisdom to make it 3-0. And now here's Rivas, and he takes one at his feet for ball 1. And this inning has been, especially when you're facing a pitcher of this caliber, sometimes you got to do things a little differently.
But Ross is the amount of strikeouts that Wisdom has on the year. I mean, he's struck out.
And the safety squeeze is an almost undefensible.
Goosey.
Fly ball into shallow center, and Nimmo's right there waiting. That's the second out, and the runners hold. Cubs playing small ball, and the result is they've got 2 runs in the inning. Bodie pops one up. McCann trying to find it, racing back to the screen, and he made the catch. First pitch curveball drops in for a strike, 0-1. Scratch runs helped out by a couple of bunts in the 4th. And the fastball taken inside, a ball and a strike. Has averaged a little over 13 pitches per inning. He's far over that tonight. That's a good changeup, and it's 1-2 to McKinstry. Again, the 1-2 struck him out. And right back to the changeup when deGrom began his Cy Young run. His ERA is 1.4 innings. You are way ahead of the game. Suzuki with a wave and a miss at a slider, and it's 0-2. The lowest by a wide margin. And Suzuki is fresh meat. Fastball the other way into right field for a base hit. And he tips this one off the side foul. 0-1.
He's down 3-0. I think he went in there and okay, that's it. You're not getting any more.
Hit sharply, knocked down by Escobar. He still has time and throws out Reyes to end the inning. Of the year, then he had a base hit and scored a run in the 4th. Ron picks off the outside corner with a fastball. He's given up 4 hits, including the Happ home run. And Happ is down on strikes. That's 9 tonight for deGrom. Contra, who had slipped back a little bit in his Cy Young quest, really good tonight. Here's Michael Hermosillo, who had perhaps the most important play in this game. Called out, he wasn't. And the Cubs went on to score 2 runs. And he fouls back the fastball from deGrom, and it's 0-2 coming. And it's off the plate with the slider, 1-2. Pittsburgh is at 90 now tonight. Two coming to Hermosillo. And he just got a piece of that one to stay in the at bat. From another. And he's got it as he strikes out Hermosillo. 10 strikeouts for deGrom at 4th inning. He pitched. At least the first couple of years. 1-1 to Gomes. I mean, this is a higher strikeout era without question. Historic in every sense. That's driven out to center, and Nimmo is there. And that retires the side.